Hi, welcome to Becky's Garden Paradise. I just got back from out of town, and so I'm going to take you around to see what harvesting I have. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done since I've been gone, but I'll show you what I have to harvest. I know that there are some plants in need of an emergency watering, so let's see what all I'm going to find. Alright, so I have some crispy cherry tomato plants. I'm going to see if I can salvage them. And then I have peppers here. So this first pot is jalapenos. And then this pot is, what are they? Shishito. And I have a lot that are red on there. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest all of those that are a decent size. And then all of these jalapenos that are either red or turning red. This is another jalapeno plant that I have over in the grass. And I see these peppers on this plant are going to be a little bit bigger than what I've picked so far. So these are the shishitos. This is my first year growing shishitos. And I hope to grow them every year because they are by far the most abundant pepper in the garden this year. So let me go ahead and grab these other jalapenos real quick. So they're bigger than the ones from the other plant. The other plant gets more sun. So peppers here in Florida like a little more shade. If they have these little lines on them, that's okay. That's just fine. That happens when they mature sometimes down here. I don't know. I've seen peppers in the store with those too. Let's see. There's got to be on the lookout for little snakes. They like to hang out over here, and my grass needs cut. There's another one that's a little. Got another. Let's see, red one here. Just double checking. There are a couple green ones on there, but I'm gonna leave them for now. See what else. I have a single lemon boy tomato. That's ripe. Let me see. It has some spots on it, but it's not split, which is, oh, well, it started to split right there, but that's okay. You can cut that part off. I'll just add everything in the basket. All right, I have some more ripe cayenne peppers. The cayenne's been doing good, even though they have these spots on the leaves. I think I'm going to drench them with fish emulsion. I don't know. If you guys know what that is or how to treat it, let me know. Let me see. Trying to get it. There we go. More red jalapenos. Alright. I have this one. It's not completely red. So I'm going to leave that on the plant. Looks like this one got attacked by tomato hornworms. And I can't remember what kind of pepper this was. I would guess it was either a cayenne or it could have been cayenne jalapeno. I'm not sure. Hey, Brooklyn, leave it alone. But it might come back because I had some other plants that grew back after the hornworms got them. And it's interesting, it got this plant, but you know, didn't touch the other plants near it. Here's another cayenne that has some more ripening. So again, this one, because I like to dry them, I wait until they're all the way red. So I'm going to pick the ones that are red and leave the ones that aren't. There we go. Nice. Nice and spicy. So I don't have to buy red pepper flakes. Or I could also make my own ground cayenne. Whatever I can avoid having to buy at the grocery store is a plus to me. Trying to get in and out of the sun as quick as I can until later this evening, because I already have sunburn. I'm spending a little bit too much time at the pool, but I wanted to get that pool time in while I could. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the big garden. This is the sad, unfortunate state of the big garden right now. This is the fence line. So the fence wasn't on top of the ground cover. So at this point, in order to reclaim it, I'm just going to have to take that fence down, mow all this down, and then move the fence so that it's over ground cover, so that I don't have to deal with this wild mess of weeds. I have a few more cherry tomatoes in these buckets, and they have a few ripe tomatoes on them. This is I don't know what it's called. I can't remember, but they're orange and red striped. My friend gives them to me because she starts some for herself. Ooh, there's a bug on that one. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me. Ugh, I hate bugs. I don't know what that is, if it's a stink bug or something else, but I'm sure it's not good for my tomato plant. Yep. Alright, I'm going to get the other ones that don't have the bug on it. I would get that bug if I had gloves on. Alright, got this one. This one has a handful on it, which is awesome. Oh, this is starting to have the white little mealy bugs on them, which happens every year at the end of the year for me. I feel like an ant's crawling on me. As long as it doesn't bite. Could be a mosquito, who knows. Okay, I got this many so far. Let me put them down so I can grab the rest. Alright, this is what's left of the watermelon patch. So it got downy mildew, and I came out here and sprayed it, but I think it was too late. But like, it does try to regrow from that downy mildew. Like, those vines over there died back, but they're growing new leaves. So still have this big watermelon. This was the first to start growing, and it's still not ripe yet, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I mean, this is what the stem looks like. So the stem is still green, and it's not yellow on the bottom. So when it's ripe, it should turn, like that spot that touches the ground should turn yellow, and it's not yellow yet. So I'm gonna let it keep trying to grow. This is a butternut squash, which I'm gonna say is done. So I need to bring that in. Even though it's small, I'll take it. This was one of the baby watermelon. This was the most recent to start growing, and it started rotting from both ends. It was fine before I left, but you can see how gross that stem end looks, and then it's also gross on the bottom. Let's see. And then I have one other watermelon over here. So this is a smaller watermelon that I'm sure isn't finished yet. And then I still have a couple rows of Roma tomatoes. And there's some ripe tomatoes, so I'm going to go through and pull the ripe tomatoes. Alright. So, late July. Tomatoes are looking rough here. I'm just going to get all the, like I said, the tomatoes that are ripe or almost ripe. If they're not completely ripe, I'll let them finish in the house. So this one, let's see, has a spot on it. I think that could be like from the sun, from getting scalded from the sun. And this one's almost ripe. This one's almost ripe. gotta walk back and forth to my box. Let me just put it on the ground. Got weeds. Oh wow, look, I found another watermelon. Hanging. Hold on. Yeah, right here. So maybe that one will do well. Okay. I see a tomato that got too ripe. So if you leave them on the vine too long, that's what happens. That'll be a good, like, you could keep it and get the seeds out of it if you wanted to, but I still have plenty of seeds. I need to come out here and prune these, get all the dead stuff off. Give them some fertilizer. I'm excited. Oh, there's a green tomato on the ground. That's because the stem's laying on the ground over here. Let me see if I can prop it up. Oh, it's connected to a watermelon vine. I'm just going to see if I can hang it somehow. What a wild mess. It's okay though. This is the garden has been growing wild. At least I'm still getting food out of it. That's the most important thing. Trying to get all I can reach on this side. Because the middle row is hard to walk on because yeah, it's covered in tomatoes and watermelon. Look. This page is falling over because the tomato plant got so heavy. Let's see if I can stand it back up. Try at least. See if I can push it back down on the ground. At least it's leaning on the fence. But I'm going to go ahead and pick. I'm going to leave this one on because it still has a lot more time. I'll leave those. I'll get this. And this, so you guys can see. I'm out here picking these tomatoes in the hot sun. Ew, yeah, this one feels gross. This one is soft, so it's super, super ripe. You can use that one like a water balloon. This one's doing good, even though it's leaning over. Oh, this one has blossom end rot. You can just cut that part off. I don't see the one right next to it didn't. Put them in the box. Some of those I'm gonna let them have more time to ripen, but there's some below them that are ready. I just gotta get to them. Make sure you guys try to make it so you guys can see me reaching down in there to get them. Hopefully I'm not moving around too quick, making you guys dizzy. Okay, let's see. It's not always perfect, but still get food out of it. Let's see. That's how it is when we're busy and trying to garden. We don't have time to be out. Like if you have jobs, you know, I have multiple jobs and other things. The more time I have to spend out here, the better everything looks. But you just do the best you can. Let me see, I'm debating. I'm gonna take this lower one. Let me get so you guys can see in the middle of a tomato plant. Left a couple more on there. This one has like a scab on top. Cut that part off. Alright, got another one. Gonna try to go in the middle. Uh-oh. When she starts jumping, I get concerned that it's a snake. I hope it wasn't. Because they like overgrown things like grass and weeds and garden to hide in. Okay, 2 more. See if I can get in there so you guys see my little path. Got tomato plants. That, I don't know. I need to tie up or push through the cage. Let's see. I even got morning glories coming up. There we go. And then these have grown over and just bent over because they're outgrowing the cage. Like I said, I thought these were going to be determinate, but they're indeterminate, so that's all right. Whenever I grow indeterminate tomatoes, it usually turns into a tomato jungle. I'm just checking. Now I got more tomatoes on that one that I need to get to, but I'm going to go back around the watermelon patch to get to that. Alright, so I made my way over. I got grass and weeds. This one has a good amount of red on it. Sometimes when they ripen, they get, they attract birds and stuff. And then when you pick them, it helps encourage the other ones to go ahead and start ripening. Trying to reach in there. Oh, that one needs to stay. This one, I'm going to go ahead and pick. I got some good juicy red ones. Trying to see if you can see them. They're way back in there, but you guys can't see them, but I'm gonna grab them real quick. All right, these were those 2. Look how pretty. Oh yeah, a green one fell. I'm just checking. There's some more that are starting to ripen, but I'm gonna give them at least another day. And then from this side, I can see a couple more that I would like to pick. So okay. Wild tomato jungle. Alright, so this is what I've ended up with, just for a real quick pick when I just got home from being out of town. So the peppers I can use in different recipes. I can make some homemade salsa. These shishito peppers are real good, just like pan fried or sauteed. Delicious. I just take the stems off and saute them whole and eat them like that. Or you could use them in whatever recipe you'd use a sweet pepper in. I'm going to let the tomatoes ripen inside. And then we'll see what else I get into. Alright, so I am sweaty and just that little bit of time out here, just trying to do a quick pick. I'm going to come back out here later on this evening and do some more work. I'm going to go inside and cool off and deal with the harvest that I just picked. So this time in Florida, it's the end of July. A lot of people have started ripping out their gardens here because a lot of stuff doesn't survive during our hot summer. So if you still have, peas or okra going, those will grow through the heat. Eggplants would still be growing around this time. But as far as a lot of the tomatoes, green beans for sure, things like that, they're pretty much spent. So as I get the summer garden cleaned up, I'm already starting to plan out what I want to grow for the fall. So there'll be certain things that I share with you that I'm going to start from seed in August, and then September and October, November. So I'll be kind of succession seed starting to plant at different times throughout the fall. And so some of those crops will grow through the fall and be done, and some of those crops will grow throughout the winter here in zone 9. So thank you so much for joining me for this quick update. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you know anyone who would benefit from this, then please share it with them. So remember that your homegrown produce might not be perfect, but it's perfectly homegrown. Okay, thanks again for joining. See you next time.